This is on the Ranger 900. We're installing a windshield for this gentleman that he doesn't have that factory visor on his. I'm not sure what he's going to do on a roof. He may add a soft top, so we're just making the windshield come clear up to this crossbar. Alright, so this is your windshield, how it would come to you shipped. It's wrapped up in plastic, got a bag of instructions and such. First thing, you know, as we're getting ready for this, the tools we're going to need: flathead screwdriver, Phillips head screwdriver, 7/16 inch wrench. That will take care of all you need to install this. All the rest is supplied. You don't need anything other than your little bag of instructions. Our dash brackets out, and this is where we need our flathead screwdriver. And these are the little almost 90-degree little angle brackets, and they're going to go right here. So with these, you just pull that little plastic tab out from inside the center, out like that. So we just have it kind of basically out a little bit like that. It's simpler. Stick that guy back into the hole. Just come over here. Work around that guy. You just need a little something pushed down to give you push down those. It's very hard to do with your fingers. Something that's got a little solid piece on the end of this screwdriver that actually helps put that on. Now, what we're going to do once we've got those on is we're going to move over and get our windshield prepared. Now, the most important thing we're going to want to do is just peel this plastic just back past the holes. The reason this is important for two reasons. One, it keeps you from getting fingerprints all over your windshield while you're installing it. Number two, if there is any problems with the fit or anything like that, as long as this protective plastic has not been removed, we can return them. If you've removed the protective plastic, it becomes your windshield at that point in time because we can't resell it. We wouldn't resell it as new. Now we are basically ready to install our windshield on. You don't necessarily need it, but I'm going to have, it's always nice to have an additional person help you with it. And so these just sit flush down on this tab. This windshield fits in one position, the right one, right there. If you don't have it there, it won't fit. And what we can do is we can see right at this point, you don't even need to do anything more to verify that your windshield is going to work. And then basically at that point in time, before I go any further, I tear this back plastic off because it's going to be a nightmare to get it off. Make sure it all sizes up right, make sure everything's functioning right for you, and then get that off. On these guys right here, we basically have the bolt, the lock washer, and the nut is all we have on these two. And usually I do dash brackets later, but I actually think on this particular UTV, the dash brackets are actually easier if you just get them done right now, because then it basically holds everything in place and makes it really easy to bolt up from this point. And I'm actually going to go ahead, and once I put this side on, I'm going to tighten up this bolt. Just sink these down nice and tight right on here. So you're going to pull these nice and it's going to give me a nice tight pull to the dash. Just make sure we've got our windshield all lined properly, which means that it's falling into there. Everything's set right, so I can just go ahead and finish sinking this bad boy down. So you can see the tab. Tab fits right there, fits into the body. Hook that on first, because like I was saying, is that if you hook this on first, pretty much the rest of this windshield is just all taken care of. It holds it, stops you from having to move. You know, it won't move once we get these on. So now we've got it all set. Now we've got where with the one that has the little visor on it, it's going to sit down a little bit lower. So just going to kind of show you how the center support bracket works on this particular one if you have a lower profile model. So it's your tab right here. That little tab is going to go and rest up against the roll bar right there. So that's just what you do on a standard hardtop one, or even if you have a hardtop that comes down further as such, we may drop this lip down further. That's just going to be a little bit longer bracket than what we have there. And so we just want to show that real quick. Our 8 brackets that are like these, 2 on the bottom, 2 on the top. Okay, so what we're going to do here is we're going to take and put our bolt through, and you can even do, if you want to, I mean, you can do the 2 at one time, you know, do both your top and your bottom. Put your bolt through, put your little rubber spacer on the back of the, that goes on next. We're going to put that guy right on there. We're going to take our clamp, hook our clamp onto this bolt. And those pinch that nice and tight onto your frame. Truth in the way this one sits up, you don't even have to, normally we kind of say put one side of the brackets on, then move to the other side and put them on. This one, because we've tightened down the center, the dash brackets here, it's really pretty much set in place, and there's not much need to move to the other side before just going ahead and getting this side all cinched down. When you're cinching these down, putting a little force forward on your wrench helps keep the windshield in a more level position, so it doesn't, because you can actually with brackets even suck something back in. So what we want to make sure is that the front of it doesn't suck in at all. Another thing while we're doing this is to remember and to know, Loctite voids all warranties on the windshield. Straight up, Loctite is the worst thing you can use on plastic. Get those cinched up nice and snug like that. As you can see, our windshield's nice and tight there. Grab us 2 more of the bolts. We're going to move over to the other side. So we get these guys, again, we're just going to put both of these guys on here. Get them all cinched up. And what this does is, as you can obviously, I mean, I don't think this is any rocket science thing I'm telling you right here, but obviously this is just locking our bottom section into place. We're not going to be moving or taking this bottom section off. We're going to be tilting the top section down for our venting, for our towing and such. So this bottom section is just staying right in place here. So these brackets work really well. I mean, they do preclude you from having a full door, you know, the total door enclosures or total enclosures, but it's due to the roll bar system on this Ranger. It's part of the reason why there's not a lot of windshields actually available for this particular model. You know, you've got your factory ones, and there's not a whole lot of other things out there because this roll bar system is a little bit different and causes a couple challenges into it. So that's why we had these brackets custom designed for this particular Ranger, so you can see that. I've got everything done that I know that everything's working right, sized right, everything all dandy on this. So I'm going to go ahead and take the plastic off because I do think it makes it a little bit easier for you to view how it's done. Though I would, if I weren't trying to make this more visual for you, I would leave it on just because I don't like my fingerprints all over this thing, and I haven't found a way to clean it without getting fingerprints on it. So on the top ones, we're going to use a little wing nut, a little winged screw, because it makes it easier taking on and off. And then our little plastic washer, just going to go on the outside, is where we take them in and out. Again, we're going to put it through the windshield, push our rubber spacer on it, and then these with our brackets. You have to give a little push in because the windshield's got a bow to it, you know, it's got a flex to it, and so you have to push it in just a little bit. We set these up like this though so that you could just easily tighten them, tighten these up, put them on, take them off real easy. So, whole concept behind it. And as I said, like on these side points, sometimes you're just pushing them in a a little bit to help them grab hold. And if you want to make it easy, you can go over to the other side, put the other side on, and then tighten them down. Either way works. It's not that big of a difference. And I do like the lock washers in this kind, in these ones up here, though you're not really tightening them down to cinch them down forever kind of a thing. It kind of eliminates you having to just crank the heck out of these bolts. I mean, you can just finger tighten them down nice, and that makes it easier, I think. So if you want to crank them down, you can, but really in this situation, you're just kind of getting these pretty snugged up because this thing is not going nowhere when you're driving. That would be our fully locked in position here. This is how we're going to ride down the road when we're, so, see, I'm pushing up. When you're driving down the road and it's cold, it's rainy, what have you, there's a lot of bugs around, then this is the position you're going to want to have your windshield in. When it gets warmer, it's a really dusty area, or you're towing down the freeway. All of our windshields are designed to be towed in the down position only. So either when we're riding around with it off, or when we're towing with it off, we're going to simply take these 4 bolts off here. And I just kind of throw them quickly back together on these little brackets just to keep it all together. It is the advantage to our type of windshield, is that yeah, this takes you a minute to do this, but it gives you some great flexibility in what your windshield will offer you. Where the advantage is over just a full non-tilting windshield is at that point in time, I am going to do that. I'm going to tilt this down, I'm going to open this up so I have a nice ability to get the air going through. It's hot. Mountain, like myself personally, I do a lot of riding in the mountains. Not a big fan of a windshield on my in front of my face when it's a nice pretty day out in the mountains. So all the rest of the windshields on the market, all the acrylics, Lexans, polycarbonates, you know, all the different ones, all need to be rinsed off with water first. Now when the windshield is in the full upright position, I am not sure how you're going to wash off the inside of this windshield with the windshield upright unless you're at home with your power washer. What I'm more concerned about is not when I'm at home with my power washer, but when I'm out riding. So quickly take the windshield off, tilt it down. Now we're just going to wash this off with water, dry it off with a clean cloth. We have a product called Novus One. We sell it on our website and such. That helps to decrease the static electricity of it and reduces your dust and dirt buildup. Water is your most important thing first. Rinse it off with water, dry it off with a clean cloth. Microfibers are, again, the most preferred cloth. And so it's just a couple of advantages to it, some ideas on how do you keep your windshield beautiful. Don't wipe it off with paper towels and Windex, and you will go a long ways to solving that problem. It's where the majority of people scratch them. Now what we're going to do is install the bumpers on here. So the bumpers protect our hood. They're these 4 rubber bumpers. And they protect our hood when we're in the towing or down position. So now we're going to go strap it down to the for towing or when we want to ride with our windshield down. We're going to slip our first strap through, smooth side facing us. Pull the strap through as far as we can right there. And cinch that one, just get it down tight to the windshield. Then we're going to take this one, smooth side facing us, and we're going to feed that one down. Now right now I'm not going to really get into cinching these down too tight. I'm just going to kind of pull them a little tighter like that right now. Smooth side facing us on this guy. Feed him down through. Smooth guy facing us. Feed him down through. Wrap that around the bar right there and just cinch that down just a little bit. Now what we're going to do, we've got our 4 bumpers. And basically the 4 points that we're going to hit on this one is on our 2 outer edges right here and right on these 2 humps right here. So those are the 4 positions we're going to want to put our little rubber bumpers. And that's why I say don't cinch the windshield down too tight quite yet, because it allows you to lift it up just a little bit. Get this underneath there. Fit that guy down nice and centered to where the windshield's going to be sitting. do the exact same thing over here. That guy. And kind of push down the windshield, make sure you get it nice and centered on it. We're going to put one right here on this outside edge. And this is going to protect, obviously, our hood and our windshield from getting little Mars on it and such. So that's how we would, now we've got those secured down. Now I can take and really, what I want to do for when I'm towing is that I want to pull this back strap up. I'm gonna pull on this outside strap as hard as I can, hook that back strap onto that. Then I'm gonna feed this around. And you notice that that's actually got a little bit of a bow to it. That's perfectly all right. You're not gonna hurt the windshield. It's all just fine, just like this. This is the way it's designed to be hooked. I mean, it's Lexan, its properties are that it's bendable but not very breakable. And again, same thing. I'm going to pull this one hard. I'm going to pull that hard, hook my back one, and then lay that one around there. Now my windshield is, I'm pulling on that really hard. So as we're driving down the freeway, this is how we're going to be. When we're riding down the road, this is how we're going to be. Wind resistance is reduced on our towing with the windshield down. Debris hitting the windshield when it's being towed is reduced because of the windshield being down. So there's multiple advantages, as well as to not have a windshield in front of your face when it's beautiful weather outside. And why should you be sweating when you can have some nice cool breeze coming through? So basically is the install on this one. Appreciate your business. Thanks. Have a great day.